It takes a whole lot of people to keep a Broadway show running, from the stars on stage to the orchestra and all the people behind the scenes. So let's send it out to Perry Sook.
All right, we are here pre-show inside the theater of Just in Time Circle in the Square with the house management team. The show is about to start pretty soon, so we got some craziness going on if you hear any of that. But I want to hear what you guys have to say. This is a unique space on Broadway. We're underground. What is it like? You've been here for several shows. I know Oklahoma, Romeo plus Juliet, and now here with Just in Time. What's it like shaping this space and changing it, to fit those shows in a way that only this theater can?
I almost feel like the show shapes the theater, because the first time I was in this theater was in the year 2000, I believe, and that show was True West. That was the first time I saw a play inform the theater around it, and that's what I love so much about this space. No two shows are the same, no two seating configurations are the same, and each show interacts with the audience a little bit differently than the one before. For sure, I think that there's a lot more interaction in this space with the audience. You're a lot closer to the audience. You're a lot more intimate with the audience because they are right there. But how that show chooses to interact with the audience changes every single show. And also the seating changes everything. So every single time I walk in here and we're kind of done with Loaded and we're in the middle of tech, and I was like, it's a completely different theater, completely different.
What kind of challenges do come along with that? Because you're not just setting up box chairs. This is an immersive space that people are moving through that changes based on the show and changes every day.
I think it's very interesting how close the audience is to the actors. That I feel like is our biggest thing in making sure actors and audience are both safe. That is, I feel like a flight attendant sometimes, just making sure that everyone stays safe and their arms and legs are there. I think that's the biggest thing, is making sure people are safe with the audience and actor interaction, and making sure no one trips and falls down the stairs.
And I do think that there's a level of, when people first come in here, if they've never been in their space, they're like, this is too close. How do you stop the audience from jumping on me? And they're like, there are rules of the theater, and people in the space observe them. Even for the people who are sitting down on those seats, Jonathan and all the they're like walking through. You come like this close to them, and everybody knows what that space is, and they respect it.
The cabaret tables, they're phenomenal. I'm a little jealous I didn't sit at one myself. What goes into that? I mean, those chairs move, actors are going in and out of them. What exactly has to happen for that to happen in the safe and wonderful way it does?
When they buy the ticket, they're emailed a list of rules, like the parameters. This is what you can do. This is what you're going to be asked to do. This is the checklist. Like, don't bring bags, don't bring coats. We have a coat check for you. All of those things. And then once they're seated, either a manager, the usher, really whoever we have, will seat them and say, okay, do a full reminder of the rules. Do a full reminder that the actors are going to come very close. And then right before we go up, I do it, I think you do too, we do one final walkthrough to make sure everything is what it is, and tell people to put away the cell phones. That's usually the biggest thing.
So what does the daily checklist look like then? When chairs are moving and stuff, what is that like for a show like this?
I do think we probably have a more intense checklist, especially once the audience is here. It's very making sure that they keep all their stuff in, making sure that there's nothing on the floor, making sure that they know that they're gonna come quite close, and please don't touch them or reach out to them.
Bags, phones, glasses, anything they put on the table. Sometimes they put paper on the table, and I'm like, please don't put paper. Yeah, if there's service animals, we make sure those are safe, and everyone is aware that there's a service animal, so no one is surprised.
The other thing that I think we have to be mindful of is communication. Because I have been a company manager in other theaters, I do feel like there's a higher level of communication in this theater that's kind of needed, because there are so many variables. Normally when you're walking into a theater and you're late seating somebody, you're coming in the back, you're coming on the aisle, and you're coming right there. If we're late seating somebody, they can come from there, they can come from there, they can come from there. There's all of these different entrances and exits, and we really have to be mindful of all of them.
I love this show. It was really one of my favorites of the entire season, if not several seasons. What is special about the show to you? I mean, you guys walk in here and you're not just going through your checklist. There's love and passion behind it. What about the show makes you guys love the work you do?
Sometimes people come a little grumpy because it's cold, it's hot, it's whatever. But at the end of the show, they are so happy and so grateful, and just are like, this is the best thing I've ever seen. And like, I just love the flip of the switch. If you say like, boosts people's mood and like brings them, into a better light, because the world is crazy right now. So I think it just brings joy and light to their world, which is amazing.
It does. This show makes people happy. It really
Very,
does.
very happy.